So to celebrate my first video hitting 1,000 views, or actually over 1,000 views now, my working with Lilith video this week, I'm going to do a follow up because I realized that video left off somewhere with my workings with Lilith in about the end of June, and it's now October, and I'm still working with Lilith. And things have gotten interesting. So let's see where I left off. So at this time, it was after summer solstice. So I had sought solace with Lilith and Lucifer, and I transformed into an owl and flew up to Lilith's temple. We both transformed into different types of owls, and then flew over to Lucifer. They both did some energetic and healing work on me. And then later I went to Belial's cave, and we went to the Cave of Reflections, which I don't really remember much beyond that. At this time, I had spoken with Lilith and the gatekeepers about doing a pact with all of them. I need to drop a contract and sign in blood, and they agreed to the terms. I did do this, and then I decided to tear the motherfucking thing up and do it again, which I have yet to do. Well, actually, technically, I did an astral pact with Lucifuge at one point in time, but I don't know if that counts necessarily. So maybe I'll do that on Halloween. That seems like a good time to do like some epic workings and things like that. So now, one of the common things that in my workings with Lilith is that she's usually like someone who introduces me to other spirits, dark goddesses, or the demonic gatekeepers. So at this point in time, I'm working with Lilith and Lucifer, and was introduced to Lucifuge Rofakal to meet up with him. And they said that he can be hard to pinpoint because he works multiple overlapping timelines and overlapping realms. We finally met him somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where. So in another instance, now I had already worked with Abaddon at this point, but I hadn't really worked with him that much. So I journeyed to Lilith's realm, and she took me to the Lake of Blood, which is something that's in her realm, so that I could enter the abyss. There's sort of like a vortex at the bottom of the Lake of Blood in which you can enter the abyss, apparently. So the abyss is about letting go of fears and expectations. It's filled with lost souls, lost hope, lost dreams, madness. The lost souls become so mutated and deformed. I think that's depending upon how long they're there. So, I experienced some stuff in the abyss, and I go over that in my Working with Abaddon video if you want the kind of full kind of abyss story. One of the things that I don't know if this was from Lilith or Abaddon, but I just noted that when we die, we return to our soul star to download our knowledge into the collective consciousness of the universe before we are reborn into a new incarnation, which I think is an interesting concept. This may have been during the same working, but I worked on extracting and realigning my chakras, and at some point, like I could physically feel myself breathe in some aspect of the darkness, like it was some of Lilith's essence. Like I felt myself kind of like suck in the air like that. And my moon kitty came to lay by me at the end of this ritual, and Lilith said that they sent her to me to watch over me. She's my little witchy poo cat. And one of the things that Abaddon said, and this has come up a few times, is that, in general, the concept of keys. He said that I have a key inside me. And keys keep coming up, like Belial had said that Lilith holds all the keys to open the gates, apparently. I took a mini adventure to Lilith's cave. This is also in her realm. And she created a rift and pushed it aside and allowed me in. She showed me her throne room. She keeps her bones from her physical incarnations adorning her throne. I asked her if she ever came back or possessed anyone. I don't know whether she was joking or not, but she said she once possessed a countess, but apparently bathing in virgin's blood is frowned upon. So when she does possess anyone, she's a little more low-key about it. That's a funny thing about, because that's a reference to Elizabeth Bathory, uh, though. So she also said that they enhanced my herbal knowledge and skills so I can make my flying ointments an entry point for the newly awakened, as my role of sort of the as a Mamiel, mother of fallen angels, or surrogate mother of fallen angels, and mother of, or me, mother of the newly awakened, or surrogate mother. Anyways, she said we can start working with Samael, but he can be intense. I've experienced Samael's energy a couple times before, initially when working with Lilith. I just haven't really gotten into like path working with Samael at all at this point. This part kind of cracks me up a little bit. Lilith said that she's approached a lot by skeevy dudes for sex stuff. She has an egregore body double to take her place in those instances. So if you think you're banging Lilith, you probably ain't. I also at this point asked her about the keys to the gates, and she said, well, I am the mother of demons after all. We don't have iPhones down here, and I need to keep tabs on my children. I asked her about fallen angels, and she said angels and demons are celestial beings, and that no human witnessed or recorded the fall of angels. In another instance, I was working with Lilith. She was giving birth to snakes. I wasn't afraid, though. I asked for her power and healing from Lilith and the gatekeepers because I guess, apparently having a really shitty day and very angry about something, but I found peace after that. And I was interested in starting to work with Hecate at this point, and I had Lilith sort of introduce me to her, and we met in, I think, like Hecate's sort of garden realm, and Hecate hugged me and gave me a kiss, and this was maybe mid-July at this point. So now at this point, I'm working a little bit in tandem with my trinity of dark goddesses, Lilith, Astarte, and Hecate. And I go over that in the video I did on Slutwater and my adventures with them. So the beginning parts of that anyway. So if you want to watch that video, that'll give you sort of a little bit of the background on. So in some of my previous workings with Lilith, I think this may have been earlier on, covered in the first video I did with that. One of the things Lilith wanted to do was to have a threesome with Freya. I've never worked with Freya before. So that happened. Freya's very tall. She kind of, I don't know, she maybe about 9-10 feet tall. She kind of appeared, sort of this chilled wind, with pelts of fur and this long flowing hair and whatnot. Very graceful. And we had a very acrobatic, aerobic, immersive celestial sex with each other. Asmodeus showed up at one point and joined in on the fun, because Lord of Lust can't keep him away from that shit. I don't know what I'm saying. One of the things I've been working on particularly recently is I've been working with varying combinations with Lilith and Lucifer regarding the dream work that I've been doing. And my cat's here to give me a mouse toy. Yeah, thank you. Oh, you're such a good hunter kitty. Yeah, you are. Yes, you're a good hunter kitty. Who's a good hunter kitty? Corey had to bring me his prize mouse toy because he's such a good hunter kitty. So I had to give him hunter kitty praise. So I had to pause for that. So I've been working with Lilith and Lucifer and I think I mentioned this about working with Azazel, various things kind of pertaining, I don't want to say mind control, but like working in dream realms and using it, it's my cat's tail, to contact other people, like telepathically. I'm just working on, what kind of skills do I have as a black magician? And now I have a Corey again. I'm holding on to him so he's not swirling all over the place, which is why he looks so thrilled. So yeah, I've been working with Lilith a lot, and all right, he's just gonna be everywhere. So enjoy cattail. I think it's a little low, so you probably won't see any cat butthole. But I continue to work with Lilith a lot, and especially with Astarte and Hecate. I've done some ritual stuff because, hi, buddy. Yes, you're very sweet. Oh, sweet. So yeah, I'm actually in my dark goddess temple, so there's lots of Lilith things around. So I do a lot of work with Lilith, Astarte, and Hecate now together. And Medusa and Freya have shown up a few times. One of the things I did recently, um, not to get political on y'all, but after Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, I decided to initiate her as a dark goddess, and did a little astral ritual around that and invoked the dark goddesses. I feel like the notorious RBG and Belial might get along pretty well, and laying the smackdown on mofos for justice and whatnot. Maybe she'll keep him online too. I don't know, or she'll give him one of those little rough things, and Belial will run around in a judge outfit. I've planted the idea. It's going to happen. You know how Belial is. Anyways, I digress. But anyways, thank you for watching. I just want to give a quick update on some of my workings with Lilith, and it's really easy. Well, I mean, I say it's easy, but if you want to start working with Lilith, just start working with Lilith. It doesn't take anything, extraordinary. I started working with Lilith by doing some guided meditations, and just kind of keep at it. And I always, at the first time, I kind of asked permission. I was like, "Is it okay if I work with you and stuff?" And she said yes. And the thing is, it's these spirits, these entities, whether you're working with dark goddesses or demons or any different pantheons, angels, whatever, is that they want to work with us. They want to, give us the knowledge and help us in our lives and things like that. So you're not really going to find a lot of resistance. You might not, I mean, sometimes I just, I have nights where I'm just, for whatever reason, my brain just is just like, nope, not going to do it. Not, I can't really make good contact, or I don't remember everything or things like that. But, you just pick somewhere and start. That's the best thing I can say. Whether you're more comfortable starting and doing like evocation rituals, if you've done, if you've done any kind of like possessions or things like that, it's up to you really how you want to approach it. And there's no really right or wrong way. There's a lot of different books that have been written with different rituals. I highly recommend Asenath Mason's Lilith, Dark Feminine Archetype. There's some good stuff in there. But yeah, just experiment. And like I keep I have an ongoing playlist of what I use for my induction into the astral realm or doing deep meditation. I even use the same one for when I'm doing rituals and things like that as well. So that's kind of it. Rituals and things like that, they can be as elaborate as you want them to be. And I'm not huge into like ritual because I'm very busy, so a lot of times I really only have time to work in the astral realm. I don't have 6 hours to set up for an elaborate ritual, nor do I always have the space. And I have asshole cats who'll fuck everything up. So there's no real set way to do these things. The demon's not gonna be like, well, you didn't put out the bowl of pears like I wanted, and you didn't walk the circle, and you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and whatnot. Your intention and what you're doing and what you're offering and how you want to work with them is what counts. And, we all have different ways of doing our rituals, and that's okay. I mean, some people can, have the time and space and wherewithal to, set up a ritual that takes all day. I unfortunately am not one of those people. I'd love to be able to, but I can't. So that's why I do a lot of my work in the astral realm or through deep meditation. And one of the questions I get before I wrap up is like, how do you know when you've made contact, or when the spirit's talking to you, and things like that. So, like, I know in the first times when I started working with Lilith, well, actually, I feel it right now. Is like sometimes I'll just get like suddenly I'll just get really cold, and it's not like, oh, the air conditioning just kicked on. And I just kind of got like the tingles up the spine, kind of cold, like on one side. Like I feel something physical in that sense. Other times when I'm working either in deep meditation or in the astral realm, or even in evocation rituals, I've had it where it's either I can hear her communicating with me, and it's in a telepathic kind of way, or I'm like, okay, this is what she's saying to me. I'm just knowing what she's saying to me. Or there's times when I'm sort of the observer narrating to myself what's going on. Or it's just sort of like, I'll be like, okay, Lilith, blah, blah, blah. I ask her something, and, just let my mind kind of go, sort of that drop mind thing, and see what she has to say. Because it's not like, well, I want her to say this, so this is what I'm gonna, because sometimes they don't tell you what you want to hear. Actually, most of the time they don't tell you what you want to hear. So that's how you know you're being communicated with, because they're not going to be like, oh, yes, honey, go do that. And, sure, you're perfect. There's nothing you have to do. They're going to be like, no, here's some really hard, awful shit you're going to have to do. Suck it up, buttercup. Yeah. Anyways. So thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. And thank you to my Patreon supporters. Love you all.